Did you know that 77% of cyclists of all levels have attempted weight loss in the past year? And most have probably failed. In my 30 years as a cyclist and 12 years as a coach, I've seen many weight loss methods. For example, people saying eating's cheating or skip dessert after December. I've personally lost 11 kilograms in 3 months and put it all back on, which I'll talk about a bit later. But as a coach, I've helped cyclists of all levels lose weight to improve health or to set new personal records, always using a simple and effective real-world approach. So in this video, I'm going to combine my experience with the latest scientific evidence on weight loss to reveal a simple science-based way to use cycling to lose weight, the science behind it, and how to monitor and make changes so you can keep it off. But first, let's talk about how cycling contributes to weight loss, because understanding this will change everything you think you know about the role of cycling in weight loss. In fact, it challenges the very nature of all traditional approaches to weight loss. The idea that cycling on its own will help you lose weight is now being questioned. And this is based on the rising phenomenon called exercise-related energy compensation. For cyclists, this means that simply riding more might not lead to the expected weight loss because your body compensates by using less energy elsewhere, like basic body functions or daily activities. In reality, there's no magic volume, duration, or intensity of cycling that will help you lose weight. You can't rely on cycling alone. It all comes down to changing your eating habits to achieve your weight loss goals. Now that we've ruled out cycling alone as our fix for weight loss, what's left is a whole world of options. But I've got a practical, easy to follow solution that you can easily integrate into your daily routine. I call it Healthy Habits, and it sits on the other end of the optimized calorie tracking scale. Calorie tracking is crucial for elite cyclists for performance and safety. And that's why experts created baseline numbers for energy availability, the energy left for body functions after exercise. But problems occur if energy availability drops below this number, highlighting its role in preventing relative energy deficiency in sport, or RED-S. But even this is a short-term solution for a set goal. There are a lot of problems with calorie counting that means sticking to it in the long term is hard. So I believe everyone else will benefit from a new approach. For us regular Joes, we usually have a bit of extra buffer or aren't just optimizing for performance, but life in general. And the best way that I've found to manage this is by using simple, science-backed healthy habits and the small changes approach. Let's cover the healthy habits and how to work them into your life. But be warned, they are so simple, you might laugh. There really are only 2 habits that you need to master to see meaningful change. These are number 1, attentive eating, and number 2, reduce food density. I'm interested in the latest science behind weight loss and diet, and decided on these after looking at the changes in nutrition science over the last 5 years or so. The 2 healthy habits focus on addressing the primary cause of weight gain related to food: overeating. This is technically known as increased calorie intake, and one of the main reasons for overeating, both at the societal and individual levels, is large portion sizes. Some scientists have identified something called the portion size effect, the phenomenon where people tend to consume more food when offered larger portions, leading to increased calorie intake. This review shows that consistently consuming larger portions can contribute to weight gain over time. Now, I know I said this wasn't a calorie counting approach to weight loss, but if you've never thought about your portions, it's a useful exercise to visualize the calories on your plate. You don't need to count calories like a lunatic, but take a week and a food scale to count calories. Most people don't actually know what a serving of X or Y or Z looks like, and seeing that your bowl of cereal actually has 2.5 servings on a scale is eye-opening. But we have a problem. There are no solutions for reducing portion size with solid evidence, especially research where portion size is a key focus in weight loss. I could only find a study by Pullman et al. That showed that a decrease in BMI is possible when controlling food portion sizes. So I had to look outside of weight loss and focus on simply controlling our portion size. and that's when I found the perfect review. It suggests that the best personal individual level strategy to avoid overconsumption is something called attentive eating. And this is not mindful eating, it's way more practical. Again, you'll laugh when you hear it, but the evidence is robust. In practice, this simply means eating slower and taking smaller bites. And I know this sounds silly and too simple, but it might just work for you. It's been shown to maximize satiation, reduce energy intake, and show higher fullness ratings. Plus, all the other ways to control portion size need some pre-planning, and who has time for that? Under the small changes approach, we would start small by focusing on minor, manageable changes. For instance, set a timer for dinner, say 30 minutes, and pace your dinner, and use this meal only to practice taking smaller bites. Number 2, consistency is key. So repetition in a stable context helps behaviors become automatic. Do it for every dinner, or if that's not possible, choose another meal that you have more control over and do it for that. Now, the next healthy habit is something I've used with great success. It was the thing that helped me lose 11 kilograms in 3 months, but I regret the way I did it. I explain why in a moment, but this habit combats overeating slightly differently by giving you some room to overeat safely and also ensures we are maximizing nutrients. It's eating low energy dense foods. Energy density refers to the amount of energy per gram of food. So foods high in water content like fruits and vegetables have low energy density, whereas foods high in fat have high energy density. Studies show consuming larger portions of low energy dense foods like fruits and vegetables reduces overall energy intake while maintaining satiety. In practice, this means eating lots of plants. They are less energy dense and rich in fiber and micronutrients. And this is exactly what I did, except I didn't put enough focus on maintaining protein as well. The result was losing muscle as well as fat. So overall, my weight dropped, but also my strength dropped. So aim to consume at least 30 different plants weekly, including fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, beans, and spices, but don't forget the protein. We would begin by adding 1 or 2 new types of plants to your meals each week. For example, try adding a different vegetable to your dinner or a new type of fruit to your breakfast. Number 2, consistency again is key. Incorporating these new plants into your meals regularly, making it a habit to include at least one type of plant-based food in every meal. Now we get to the final part, tracking your weight loss progress and adjusting your diet based on the results. The 2 scientifically proven ways to monitor weight loss that allow you to cross-check with each other and remove your emotions from the process. The first is not a surprise, but I do it a little differently, and the second has been a game changer for me and for the people that I coach. The first part of monitoring is regular weigh-ins, and by regular, I do mean every single day. Your daily weight fluctuates a lot. Even something as simple as weighing yourself before versus after breakfast can make a few kilograms of difference. That said, your weight will still fluctuate every single morning due to various factors. And this is why at the end of each week, you will then need to calculate what your weekly average weight is. And this will be a far more accurate representation of your true weight. This study found that individuals who weighed themselves daily lost significantly more weight than those who weighed themselves less frequently. Regular weigh-ins helped participants maintain their weight by increasing their awareness of weight fluctuations and motivating them to adhere to their weight loss strategies. Take your weight every single morning with no clothes, after you use the toilet, and before you eat or drink anything. The second part of monitoring is simple yet powerful, and that's taking photographic records. This includes taking regular photos of yourself to visually track changes in body composition over time. This method complements weight measurements by providing a visual representation of your progress. I'm not talking about sharing them in public, but photographs can reveal changes that the scale might not show, such as muscle gain or fat loss. Plus, seeing physical changes can boost motivation and provide a sense of accomplishment. There's no need to take a photo every single day. Every 2 weeks will be fine. So take photos at regular intervals, use the same lighting, background, and clothing, and take photos from different angles. So from the front, side, and back. Remember, this process is about considering all parts of your life. If weight loss stalls, maybe your body composition is changing, which will show up in the photos. But if not, you can consider more changes than you've made. Different foods and different timing. Forming these two new habits will help you lose weight, but it takes time and patience. Research by Philippa Lally found it takes average 66 days to make a behavior automatic. Though this can vary between 18 to 254 days, consistency is key. Performing the behavior in the same context daily helps integrate it into your routine. So pick what that is and stick with it. And my last piece of advice here, life can sometimes disrupt our healthy habits. When this happens, be kind to yourself and focus on doing your best. If old habits fall apart, it's a chance to create new ones. Start with small, manageable changes, track your progress, and stay consistent. But here's a surprise. While you can do everything off the bike to get better, it's not the only factor that affects your performance. There are other small changes that you can make to, say, increase your efficiency on the bike, like when to stand up when riding, and this plays a big role in saving your energy and maximizing your performance on the bike. To learn all about the best times to stand when riding and how to do it efficiently, click here so you can maximize your cycling performance and speed.